బాగుందండి సీట్ నాకు.
Now, as we turn the corner, you'll notice Building 31 to your left. This is the Asher Materials Research and Exploration Science Building. Now, this building contains our largest collection of things from celestial bodies, such as moon rocks. Now, some facts about NASA to pass the time. There is no way to create total weightlessness on Earth. Despite this, NASA has developed some tricks. About 4 miles away from here, astronauts practice for all spacewalks in a giant water tank called the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory. The 6.2 million gallon swimming pool allows astronauts to train in their spacesuits to become essentially weightless underwater. The training up to 6 hours underwater for every hour of spacewalk gives astronauts valuable insight on what to expect when in space. Now, another trick that NASA uses is a jet that can create short periods of microgravity by flying on a parabolic trajectory. If you've ever been on a roller coaster, you know that when you go over the top of that very first big hill, you get this kind of weightless feeling. On a zero-G plane, you get up to 25 seconds of weightlessness, so you can conduct various experiments. That big hill they fly is actually 2 miles high, so it's roughly an 8 to 10,000 foot high roller coaster. And that's why it's earned the name the Vomit Comet.
జింకల దగ్గర జింకలు అసలు చినిక వస్తే ఏడ్చేసేది కష్టం పిల్లలకి, అంత చిన్న పిల్లలకి. అట్లీస్ట్ స్కూల్ గోయింగ్ 4-5 years. అవునవును, దట్స్ ద ఏజ్ కదండి. అటువైపు ఐ డోంట్ వాంట్ టు టర్న్ మై కెమెరా.
Now, some things. If you look up ahead and to your right, you'll notice Building 5 North. This is the mission simulator and training facility where every NASA astronaut since the Gemini program has trained. Today, it houses high-fidelity simulators of different modules of the International Space Station, which are used to help prepare astronauts to live and work in weightlessness. This includes how to perform science experiments in the station's laboratories. Now, training can be part of a standalone session here in the building, or they can be tied into the mission control centers in the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory that we have here at Johnson Space Center, or they can be hooked in with the Payload Operations Integration Center in Huntsville, Alabama, or they can be tied into the mission control centers of NASA's International Space Station partner nations in Russia and Japan. Now, if you continue looking off to your right, you'll notice 2 buildings. The shorter of these 2 buildings is Building 4. This building houses all of the offices for our astronauts and flight directors. The taller of the 2 buildings right next to it is Building 1. This is the headquarters of JSC. Fun fact about that building, it's actually the tallest building on campus, standing at 9 stories tall. The very top floor is very important as it's the office for a director of JSC. This role is currently filled by Mark Geyer, who has been the center's director for just a few short months. Now, some things you may have noticed around the campus of NASA are the many bikes that are laying around. These bikes were donated by Schwinn Bicycle Company in the 1960s for the employees of NASA to use. Hundreds of these bikes are here so that any one of them can just pick one up and ride to wherever they need to, since the buildings and the parking lots are so far apart. Now, another thing about NASA is that it is a nature preserve. We have lots of wildlife running around the campus, as you can tell. We have over 250 deer. We also have lots of aquatic life as well, such as turtles, ducks, and also an alligator.
Deer.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching the NASA Memorial Grove, so I'll be playing you a short audio clip for you guys to get an idea of why this is such an important part of JSC.